Welcome once again, fans, to Gabriel's Day at Lansing Common. Gabriel's Community Credit Union has been in Lansing for over 60 years, serving all your business and personal financing needs. Be sure to stop by their table to sign up for a chance to win a $100 gift card. The winner will be announced at halftime.
This presentation of Lansing Common Football Club is brought to you by the following: Highland Plastics, Die Hard Customs, Moneyball Sportswear, Ozone's Brewhouse, the Lansing Board of Water and Light, Jacqueline Biggs, Dean Trailways, Strange Matter Coffee, Gabriel's Community Credit Union, Greater Lansing Open Soccer, and MetroNet.
Welcome here if you're joining us live on YouTube. We're at Eastern Stadium here in Lansing, Michigan. We're the home of Lansing Common FC as they host Inter Detroit. I'm your broadcaster, Luca Maloney, alongside Cameron McLaren. Cameron, how are you feeling today?
Pretty good. It's a really nice day outside. Not as bad as it was last weekend. We're still in the shade up here in the press box and a nice outward flowing of hot air outside the booth. So it should be a nice, cool, calm, and collected broadcast for us up here.
Of course, again, the weather is like last weekend, very hot, but again, there's a nice breeze going through, but on that hot turf, it's going to feel a lot different, won't it?
Yeah, so temperature today in the mid to upper 80s. The direct sunlight, along with being on a turf surface, is going to bring that playing surface up to about 90, 95 degrees. So we will be expecting water breaks around the 25 through 30th minute marks in both halves today.
And now into the game forecast. Lansing Common FC comes off a 1-1 draw in a friendly against the Grand Haven Admirals. Cam, we were here that day here at Eastern Stadium. What do you think you saw in that game that was a very positive start for them?
Well, as you said it in your question, positive starts. It's been a him for this team in the past 3 games, scoring first, opening the scoring in all 3 games, including the 2-1 victory at Evolution Sportsplex 2 weeks ago against this similar Inter Detroit side. But as you said it, fast starts. It's what Josh Oakley has been wanting out of his team. He wasn't able to get it in the first 2 games of the season, but they've found lightning, and it's struck in 3 times now. And last week it was Esteban Russell in the 11th minute, a great finish, great interlinking play between him and Ty Uziak to get the scoring going. But the things that hurt them was exactly what we've been talking about, the fast starts, but it's continuing the pressure. On hot days like this, knowing what you're doing and whether or not you're going to press or not is going to be the biggest difference between who wins and who loses this game. Controlling the midfield is going to be eminent if either of these 2 teams want to get the full 3 points. And if you're Lansing Common, you're going to want to pick and choose those moments to press. And then if you gain the momentum, not let off of it, because this is an Inter Detroit side that has come back in a majority of their games from 2-goal deficits. They almost did it 2 weeks ago at Evolution, but this time, Lansing Common looking once again to take a full 3 points in a match in a Midwest Premier League.
And again, to prevent those type of comebacks from coming into your team, one thing that is clear is that one thing that they struggled to do was getting that second goal against Grand Haven. They got the first one, started very well, ended the half really well, but the problem was getting that second goal to give a cushion in that lead and to give some wiggle room to those players to be more comfortable instead of when you're up a goal. It's still a very dangerous game given the players that they were playing against. Not an easy team, very good players, talent all over. But what do you think has to be the key to get that second goal in quickly right after you get that first?
Well, they got to keep momentum going. That's number one. But as we saw last week, and we talked to Coach Oakley about this after the game, it was more or less a game of 4 quarters instead of 2 halves. Immediately after the water break, Grand Haven stole all momentum that Lansing Common had and took the game directly to their back line and forced them to make a couple of key saves, especially late in that first half. If I recall, that beautiful interlinking play that Grand Haven had, almost resulting in a equalizing goal just before the halftime whistle. But Patrick Restum's left post was there to bail him out as the ball just ever so slightly just tight walked that end line, almost going in.
That was very dangerous, very close. We got to see that from here. And here we go on with our starting lineups. We're going to go with Inter Detroit first. In number 1, Chris Sales. 5, Nate Simkowitz. Andrew Smutek. Joaquin Cuevas. Marcos Gomez. Gabriel Balon. Gonzalo Cáceres. Irving Castro. Jack Welsh. Michael Meja. And Brian Walks.
Yeah, and for this team, it's the return of Gabriel Balon. And Gabe Balon, he's scored a couple of goals for this Inter Detroit squad. If I recall, he scored the only goal for Inter.
His name comes up quite a bit when we're reading our Midwest Premier League recaps throughout the week. Brought to you by yours truly, Cameron McLaren.
Yeah, it takes a little bit to look through that, but his name does come up a lot. He's a shifty attacker. He's a shifty scorer, too. He's scored from the penalty spot a couple of times. And he scored the only goal for Inter Detroit from the penalty spot just 2 weeks ago. Look for him to try to get on the score sheet once again today, along with Irvin Castro. Those are going to be 2 players to look out for this Inter Detroit side.
And now for Lansing Commons, we do have a change in goal. Zach Kelly back in the number 1 spot in goal. Around the defense will be Dante Morissette at left back. Josh Adam and Aiden O'Connor make up the center back pairings. Kyle Scott at the right back position. Dangerous guy going up and down that right flank. In the midfield, we're going to go with Esteban Russell at the left midfield position. Lutram Shefku and Julian Burge will make up the central midfield. Munir Shirali outright, he's a playmaking winger, interesting guy to watch. One of the most technical players in this team. And to round out the team up top, Ty Uziak and Shedi Omar, a pair that this season have been very interesting to watch, both combining with pace and power going towards goal. I think this is a special combination up top.
Yeah, it's a really great combination. Shedi Omar scored in the first fixture against Inter Detroit 2 weeks ago. A beautiful looping header from just inside the 18. Beautiful link-up play between him and Kyle Scott off of a throw-in early on in that first half. And a couple of quick notes about this roster. You look at the back line for Lansing Common. It's the Michigan State, Western Michigan connection. Everybody on that list is currently or will be playing in the near future at those respective universities. Is something that Josh Oakley, who had both of those players good showings against Grand Haven. But it's going to be a great substitution list for Josh Oakley's side going into a very hot and contested match today.
Josh Oakley has a list to choose from players, and unfortunately, he told us if he could bring all of them, he would. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Players that are on the bench are the ones that he's looking to bring some effectiveness and really some potential to bring into this game. And Liram Shefke for this weekend will not be that man for Josh Oakley. But it's a long season ahead. Things will change, and I'm sure Liram is a tough player. We'll see him back here in action.
Yeah, he works majority as a forward, and how Josh Oakley's side has been lining up in both the 4-4-2 diamond and the 4-4-2 box. Today they're shifting back. They're taking the scales back a little bit, but they're going for a flat 4-4-2 today. No holding midfielders. Instead, taking the place of that holding midfielder will be Julian Burge, the other goal scorer from 2 weeks ago. Great player, great coach at East Lansing High School. He was in for what was a makeshift center back pairing 2 weeks ago. Look for him to once again get on the score sheet against a back line for Inter Detroit that has shown some weaknesses here in the past.
Yeah, and today he wears the captain's armband. And again, this is a guy that's well respected. He's a veteran player. The players love him, and the guys love to hang out with him. He's one of those players that you look up to, especially with the younger guys, kids like Josh Adam and Zach Kelly. These guys look up to players like that who are going to take control and be respected guys in that locker room, and Julian Burge is one of them, one of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
And it's a good thing to have that age in the midfield, especially with such a very young back four for this Lansing Common team. So once again, having that age, it's not Marco Bernardini today, but Julian Burge, an adequate replacement for the magical Marco.
Of course, he's technical, he passes the ball really well, and he's able to read the game extremely well from that Central Park. And as the teams get ready for kickoff, Cam, again, we're looking at a fast start from this team, one of Josh Oakley's biggest expectations. But again, defending their own area is something that this team is looking forward to getting better at doing with about almost 5 games under their belt.
Yeah, I think the 3 things that Josh Oakley's going to look forward to today is score early and score often. That's 2 things, but we're wrapping them in one with a comma. Number 2, keep a clean sheet. He's unhappy with the way that this team has given up goals lately, especially from set pieces like they did against Grand Haven. And thirdly, to be sure that they're in the right position for the majority of the game. They've been caught in lapses as of late in a couple of their key games. If they're not in the right position, they've given up a couple of weird goals. But as we see, we're about to get underway. Those are just the 3 keys for this Lansing Common team if they want to get a full 3 points and do the double over Inter Detroit.
And here we are set for kickoff. And here we go. Inter Detroit get the ball rolling. Number 5, Nate Zimkowicz on that center back position. Up top, number 20 is going to be Mr. Marco Gomez, who big, tall center forward we can see from here. Good size matchup for these guys.
Yeah, he'll be matched up alongside Dante Morissette on that right side, on this near side to us. That'll be a good matchup to watch throughout the day.
Again, lovely passing in between the defense and midfield. Munir Shirali. I think one of the best qualities about this center back pairing of Aiden O'Connor and Josh Adams is their ability to move the ball really well. And as you see right there, that lovely lofted pass over to Dante Morissette on the left. Inter take it back. Esteban Russell picks up the ball on the left side. Dribbling towards, that's the position he likes to be in. Ty Uziak way out left. Oh, lovely, turns and past the defender on that baseline. And it's gonna be a corner kick. Lovely move to get away from 2 defenders there.
Yeah, great play there. Noticing he didn't have much help, decided to just try his luck around the touchline.
And here we go, Munir Shirali and Esteban Russell on that corner flag. First corner kick of the game.
Set piece is going to be critical today.
Shirali. Ball sails over to the other side, but doesn't find a red shirt. It's going to be a throw-in for Inter Detroit around their own box. Here we go. Lutram Shevku wins the ball back. Again, this guy, Lutram was not in action last week against Grand Haven, so he's back here in this Midwest Premier League Classic. There we go, Inter Detroit take the ball back.
Yeah, Lansing Common, they're going to have the high pressure on for most of this first part because of the way that the defense for Inter Detroit has played as of late. Picking up a 0-0 draw yesterday, but they look shaky at the defense at most points in the game as Lansing Common 2 quick goals 2 weeks ago opened the scoring.
And here we go, Gonzalo Cáceres with the ball in the midfield. He's got the captain's armband for Inter Detroit. And keeper comes off his line to clear that one away. Shedi Omar chasing it.
Good play there by Omar to make him make a play.
Yeah, forcing the goalkeeper to make a decision, and as the goalkeeper coming way out of your box, you got to be careful. There you go, Kyle Scott with the throw into Ty Uziak. Uziak finds Shevku out to Morissette. Morissette's going to find a cross in, but it's going to sail over to Munir Shirali. And here we go. Julian Burge. Gonzalo Cáceres heads that one away, but Burge takes it back in the midfield. Regrouping with Adam. Great ball over to Munir Shirali, the young center back, showing his passing skills. All right, Gonzalo Cáceres again, the midfield man, the midfield maestro. Inter take the ball back. Marco Gomez. And again, another ball won in the midfield by Julian Burge. Shedi Omar looks at Esteban Russell, gives a clever ball through out left. Omar tries to go past. Morissette searching for options on the throw-in. Aiden O'Connor. Julian Burge. It's like Dante Morissette looking for options, not many opening up for him. It's going to be Ty Uziak, gives a little ball through. Going to be kicked out. Throwing again for Lansing Common.
Inter just looking like they're going to bait Lansing Common into making some sort of plays and try to challenge players one-on-one, and it's not working out for them so far.
It's going to be headed from Burge into the box, but it's going to be grabbed by goalkeeper Chris Sales. And out with the ball, Brian Walks. This is a big, heavy midfield in here with Brian Walks. Big body taken out by, the ball taken away from Shetty Omar as soon as he won that one back. Kyle Scott passes it all the way back to Zach Kelly, who gets his first touch on the ball today. Josh Adam. Zach Kelly. That pass just a little too far for Munir Shirali, who does a little tactical foul. You know, in this Inter Detroit side last time out, they drew against West Michigan in a 0-0 stalemate. Cam, what'd you think of that?
Well, from what I understand is Inter Detroit preparing for this game, not necessarily playing a lot of their players as they had to play 2 games in back-to-back fashion. It's the second time in 2 weeks they've had to do so. But 0-0 against the former division leader, West Michigan Bearings. Still a very good side, but they've shown as of late that that high-flying start may have just been a little bit of a facade.
Again, they have a very congested schedule in this month of June. I believe next weekend they will take a visit to Detroit City FC.
Yeah, a lot of teams in the MWPL having congested schedules, having to play those back-to-backs, as I believe West Michigan also plays again today after playing Inter Detroit yesterday. But fortunately for Lansing Common, no back-to-backs, 2 and 3, 2 games in 3 days for them in the July slate of games. But no back-to-backs, able to get at least 24 hours rest between games for this side, which is a luxury that not a lot of teams have.
And here we go with Ty Uziak on that left side again, where earlier he beat 2 players going down the baseline. Gonna loft the ball over to Shetty Omar. Omar gets a head on it, but not enough power to put that one onto goal. It's gonna be grabbed by goalkeeper Sales.
And Josh Oakley wanting that fast start. They haven't had that many clear-cut grade A chances as of yet, but they're working on it. The high press is surely breaking down this Inter Detroit defense, as I believe they're going 3 at the back.
3 at the back against 2 forwards. That means there's going to be a lot of men congested in that midfield. And Inter Detroit get the ball rolling here again. Joaquin Cuevas on that right center back position. It's also, these type of formations also ask a lot out of players on the wings. But it does look like they go in between a 3 at the back and 4. It looks like they're settling for a 4 right now.
Yeah, it's Brian Walks that's coming in to be that holding midfielder, playing that 4th and that central center back.
Again, that's the second time Shetty Omar has run through Brian Walks, and the first time he got the ball, this time just nearly gets that ball off of his feet. Marco Gomez hits a ball over to that right side. It's going to be out. It's going to be a Lansing goal kick.
Yeah, I think me and you were actually wondering because... Actually, never mind. My eyes deceived me. Jack Welsh wearing the number 70. It looked like a 2 from my vantage point.
It does look like a little bit of a 2 from over here. I also got confused. I believe I called him. Definitely it's the font numbers that take a little bit of a toll on our eyes.
Sorry, Mr. Welsh and the Welsh family. Maybe invest in better script jersey numbers.
Got to get that Times New Roman. And that's going to be a great lofted ball over to Munir Shirali, who looked onside, but referee calls it off. Great pass played by Esteban Russell. Munir Shirali making that infield run.
Shirali waited as long as he thought was possible, but that ball was not played in time, and he was slightly offside. That sideline official raising the flag. A great chance for Lansing Common goes to waste.
That ball's going to go back out for a throw-in for Dante Morissette and Lansing. Esteban Russell quickly, but no one there to pass to. Lutram Shefku, that's a wonderful ball over to that right side to Kyle Scott. Kyle Scott, just misplaces his footing there. Doesn't know where the ball is. Takes a heavy touch. It's going to be out. But a brilliant read from Lutram Shefku, who comes back into this team, like we said earlier, after missing last weekend's game. He's a good guy in the midfield. He's a great guy to have because he moves the ball around really well. His first touch is excellent.
Yeah, and if he looked up just a little bit sooner, Shetty Omar was in with time and space.
And here we go. Speaking of Omar, Omar finds Lutram. Lutram tried to take a little touch over to his left side and turn and shoot, but it's going to go a little too far for him. And Inter Detroit take the ball back with Joaquin Cuevas.
I don't think 3 at the back is working so far for this Inter Detroit side. They're a very high potent offense, which is why they can decide to go 3 at the back to get on the forefront early and score a couple of quick goals. But they have not had any lengthy time of possession in the Lansing Common half as of yet. Just, I believe, their 3rd appearance on this side of the field in the first 12 minutes.
Cuevas with the throw-in. It's going to go to Marco Gomez in midfield. Plays a lovely lofted through ball over to the left side of Andrew Smutek. Gomez again with the ball. Gonzalo Cáceres tries to find somebody in the midfield. And now it's Lutram Shefku winning the ball. And now the counter-attack starts. Ty Uziak was making that run, but he gets him a little late. Shetty Omar just took a little too long to find that ball over to Ty, who's making that diagonal run across him.
And they're fine with making that, keeping the possession in the opponent's half, getting that throw in as he knew there was no way that he was going to be able to take on 3 players with only 2 guys going with him. Esteban Russell making that far post run, but just not enough speed.
Aiden O'Connor over to Dante Morissette. It's going to be headed out by Cuevas. Morissette over to Esteban Russell. Esteban, lovely little turn, but can't get past 2 players. Gonna be Jack Welsh. Cuevas again. Shefku. Ty Uziak making that run now to the right side, but Munir Shirali is gonna find Lutram Shefku. Aiden O'Connor. It's going to be out. It's going to be Inter ball.
Inter Detroit basically giving Lansing Common the flanks as much as they want, and basically forcing them to try to use the flanks in order to get through the middle to get some sort of scoring chance underway. But Lansing Common, if they continue to misplace passes, they're going to misuse their opportunities that they have against a very outstretched opponent.
It's going to be offside there. And it's going to be a quick ball taken in by Kyle Scott. It's going to be Ty Uziak one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Crosses it into the midfield. And it's a goal for Shetty Omar, who gets that one, taps that one home. Shetty Omar on the ground. Looks like he took a little bit of a knock as he got that goal in. But what a lovely little move there between Uziak and Omar.
Yeah, I think he took an elbow to the head as he was going for that ball. 2 players going in at the same time. Zimkowitz, I believe, and Shetty Omar. Omar using his frame and the shoulder to body Zimkowitz off of the ball and use that left foot to just tap it in. And Chris Sales left in no
Shetty
man's
Omar
land.
with his 2nd goal of the season in the Midwest Premier League against the same opponent. He scored his 1st.
Two very great goals.
Well worked goal on the wing, going down the wing with Ty Uziak, and then crossing that ball into Shedi Omar. Shedi Omar gets like a toenail on that and put it in that lower corner.
Yeah, as Omar raises his hands to the crowd to tell them to get fired up. And I believe Omar is going to have to go off for a possible head injury.
And a little celebration there.
A little bit of taunting, but
I think the referees are concerned with his head.
Yeah, a little bit of a knock he took from one of the center backs on the way to get that goal. And the referee's going to make sure that he's all right, but this may force Josh Oakley to go to his bench early, and that's not somebody that you're going to want to take off less than 15 minutes into the game.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a reason to substitute him immediately unless there is a serious concern. But as of right now, he's standing up, talking to Coach Greer, and looks like Lansing's going to be down a man for the time being.
Yeah, he may have picked up a slight cut on his forehead from a trailing elbow, but
again,
there's only so much you can do as a defender when you're trying to body an opponent who's about 1.5 feet taller than you.
But that's exactly the start you wanted for Lansing Common, and the one that Josh Oakley expected. And here we are with 1 goal up, 15 minutes in.
And it was earned.
Well earned, well fought.
Well earned, and a great understanding of the game and the game flow by Kyle Scott. Once again, we're going to talk about this kid, I think, for the rest of the summer.
Intelligent.
An intelligent play by him to not take the ball back to where the offsides was. It was
he played it quickly.
yards.
He played it very quickly into. Gives like a 30-yard ball down the right-hand side and finds Uziak, who Uziak's got a one-on-one, and with the pace Uziak has, he beat his man and crossed the ball in.
There's only so much you can do as a defender, but when you only have 3 at the back, especially 2 on that, with nobody switching on in the defense for Inter Detroit, you leave a man wide open, you get one-on-ones, and that's going to go to the attacker all day.
And it looks like goal scorer Shedi Omar is back on the touchline as he looks to make an entrance back into this game. Esteban Russell down that left-hand side. To Cuevas. Byron walks.
That's a foul.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a heavy leg on Munir Shirali as he's taken down by Welsh.
Yeah, and for those of you who were unable to watch Inter Detroit's live stream 2 weeks ago, straight red card after the whistle for dissent on the Inter Detroit side. A little bit of chippiness followed that game. We were expecting a chippy one here. It hasn't quite exposed itself as of yet, but as you see, a little bit of cheeky couple of fouls.
We appreciate the chippiness, but we also appreciate a clean game around here for the fans and for everyone in attendance.
And for the players involved on the pitch.
Of course, we don't want to see anyone tossed for aggressive actions. And here we go, Ty Uziak lets it go through the legs, but that idea didn't quite work out well for him.
Would have been cheeky.
Would have been cheeky if it worked. I just think there's a little bit of miscommunication there with Shedi Omar. And it's Dante Morissette winning the ball back. It's going to be Lutram Shefke on what looks like a 3v3 going forward. Dante. Shefke rips one, but it goes over. But again, they're playing really fast and getting the ball into the middle as quick as they can. This is the offense that Josh Oakley expects.
And we talked about it. You talk about a congested midfield, then use the wings. There's nobody else on the wings for Inter Detroit. Their midfielders too high up the pitch, and it's allowing both Kyle Scott and Dante Morissette to run riot alongside the forward flanks. As Morissette was able to play that ball in, and a beautiful touch by Omar, but the final finish from Shefke, not enough.
And here we go, Uziak again down that left. Oh, and there goes a player down, just cuts in, and that player just goes. Going to be a cross from Munir Shirali, but it's going to sail over the bar. And Shedi Omar doing exactly a great job of holding that play up and winning the ball back high up the pitch. Great start from him in these opening 20 minutes.
Yeah, and as we can hear from Josh Oakley on the sideline, pushing his team forward.
Praising his efforts, and the goalkeeper getting a little crafty there, a little risky.
Looks like Manuel Noya in net. Bit sweeper keeper.
Here we go, Munir Shirali. Scott. Shirali, look at that, goes through the legs of Brian. Cuevas heads it back to his goalkeeper, but unless... And he wins the ball back immediately. Shedi Omar is on another level tonight. And they're active. They're waiting for the mistakes in the back from Detroit and Lansing taking advantage of the pace and power of Shedi Omar. She goes through. Omar has another chance. Scrambling, a little bit of a scramble there. Crosses it in. Looks like it's going to go off the post, but just out for Esteban Russell. Crossed it in with his left, inside, just over the inside the 6.
Too many people on the left side of the 6-yard box.
A little bit of traffic inside there that was pinging the ball around like a pinball machine.
A little bit of congestion, but nobody there on the back post for Lansing Common to slot that one home as Chris Sales once again caught in no man's land. Could have been easily 2-0 for the Robins.
And there we go, Shedi. Look at that ball into Shedi Omar. Omar takes a touch, takes a whack at it, but just not the contact he wanted on there.
Tried to get that on his on a favored right foot, unable to use the chest to knock it down. But once again,
he's getting that. He's beating that one-on-one matchup with the defenders. It's excellent to see all 4 of them, really.
And it's dangerous play by Enter Detroit that is putting them in these positions so far early on in this game. Just about to hit the first half-hour mark here at Eastern Stadium.
There you go, Esteban Russell. Scott, quick pass over to Shirali. Shirali looking for options. Cross the ball in. And there we go. Omar takes a little touch to Ty Uziak, but Uziak just beaten to the ball by number 21, Michael Meja. Meja and
if you're Lansing Common, if you can score another goal before the hydration break, this game is in your hands. Because unlike that night at Evolution Sportsplex, a 47-degree rainy night, they were playing in the Dome. Here you have the elements. If you can break down this team a lot more than you thought you could in the first half hour, then kudos to you.
And then Burge wins the ball back, but gives a little touch out to no man's land. Going to be a goal kick for Inter Detroit. Inter Detroit also going to make a substitution. In comes Rodriguez.
For Walks.
For Brian Walks, who's had an interesting start to the match. I think some heavy touches, but again, he's a physical player. Julian Burge again with the header one in the 50-50. Kyle Scott with the touch. Lovely turn and lovely pass back out to his center backs. Kelly with the second touch for today. Whacks one back out wide to Kyle Scott. Again, like we talked about Josh Adam earlier, and especially in the last game where he made his first appearance for the club, this is the guy who can control the ball so well at that center back position. And here we go, Omar up top. Shefke trying to get a little clever there. Again, trying to go through bodies with the ball, a little difficult there to do. But Josh Adam getting back in there is going to take a throw-in ball back out for Lansing. Ty Uziak. Dante Morissette beaten to the ball there.
Good 50-50 win there by Burge.
Uziak there, clever with the back heel to Esteban. Burge. Adam back out to Zach Kelly. Zach Kelly also has that distribution of a goalkeeper in his locker. So that's huge for a goalkeeper, especially for the incoming Michigan State Spartan.
And in his limited touches that he's had in this game, he's looked very good so far. Able to keep the control of the game, able to control the pace so far.
Absolutely. And now it's going to be Gonzalo Cáceres again with the ball. But quickly won back by Lansing. Really, it's been difficult for Inter Detroit to get a spell of passes going on here. With Rodriguez, Cuevas, Cáceres. This is like the first time in a couple minutes where Inter have been able to keep some possession and play it around the back.
Well, it's been 0 to 100 for Lansing Common so far.
Yeah, and here we go with Uziak again getting very physical, draws the foul. Little shove there from Uziak. He's not too happy about that grabbing going on. But we know Uziak doesn't shy away from physical contact. Our players give each other a little hug. Russell to take the free kick. He's got Shirali and Cal Ska out wide. And effectively, it's going to go to the feet of Munir Shirali. Brilliant ball. And Shirali, a calm player under pressure there.
It's good pressure by Castro to force Shirali to backtrack. And Lansing Common to kind of figure out once again how to attack the flanks outside of this Inter Detroit defense.
Shefku again playing with his back to goal, but able to find the pass. Clever midfielder. Burge. And he's got, look at that, Esteban Russell in the midfield, but couldn't get that pass off. A little bit of a pass too soft. He's going to get eaten up by Inter Detroit as they take it back.
Pace is everything when playing on a turf surface.
The
friction's going to slow that ball down more than you think it is.
He had two options there with Ty Uziak and Esteban Russell, but couldn't find neither. Cuevas. He's going to go back out. Cáceres with the ball. This is the midfield distributor, the quarterback, if you so will. Cuevas at the right back position again. He's been active, but gives the ball away there. Shedi Omar. Then Lutrim Shefku. Again, a lot of possession from Lansing Common. This is exactly what you want to see from them. With the players that they have, possession is just comes so natural to this team, doesn't it, Cam?
It really does, and they love to possess the ball in the opponent's half. It's what Josh Oakley wanted to do at the start of the season, and now with a comfortable complement of center backs and getting those guys back from injury.
And there we go. Omar with a clever little touch through the legs. It's going to be out. It's going to be Lansing Common throw in right at the edge of the box.
Good body there by Zimkowicz.
Yeah, and this is a great position to start an attack. Esteban Russell. Plays on that left-hand side, but really likes to cut in and drop a little deeper and be an option out deep. Shirali taking on a player. Crosses it in. No one out there. It's going to sail past everyone and back out. Maybe the option there was going for the low cross instead of going for the heads.
The problem with Inter Detroit so far is they know how to play against this Lansing Common team, but they're not cutting off those passing lanes because as of right now, Lansing Common is just able to pick apart and find those correct passes to switch the point of attack and switch the field.
Yeah, we have to think fatigue is an issue for this team as they played yesterday. And that stalemate against the West Michigan Bearings.
And being down 1-0 in the first half hour against a team that beat you 2-1 2 weeks ago, and a team that has games in hand on you, you would think that starting somewhere in the next couple of minutes, they're going to try to really look to get a forward press going and to force the midfielders for Lansing Common to make some hard decisions going forward.
Shedi Omar. He's going to switch the ball over to Dante Morissette. Lovely touch. Shafku again, great awareness there, not to turn into Cáceres there, but turn away and then give the ball back out to Josh Adam. And again, with these two center backs, not only we talked about their ability to control the ball and pass well, but also their athletic ability. They're so quick and so fast off the ball that really they're able to chase anyone going down their side and through the middle. Rodriguez is going to be taken away from Josh Adam. And here we go with Russell, just not enough legs to catch that ball going forward by Dante Morissette.
Not enough of an angle or a curl to get that ball closer to Russell to attempt to go for a 50-50 against Zimkowitz.
Russell, not one of the quickest players on the team, but definitely one of the most technical players.
And a pretty good gymnast.
A pretty good gymnast, yeah. As I saw yesterday, yeah. Could be an Olympic gymnast. Morissette again. This time finds Esteban Russell on that left-hand side. Uziak's going to let it go through again, but another case of miscommunication there with Shedi Omar not quite reading that one. Good intent. Rodriguez. Cáceres again in midfield being that distributor. That ball's not going to go out. It's going to keep going for Inter Detroit, but it's going to be booted away by Aiden O'Connor.
Yeah, Kyle Scott just misjudged that ball a little bit. Looked like it rolled out, but it stayed in for Irvin Castro on that far side.
And right here warming up on the touchline, looks like Trevor Togi's going to make an appearance. Trevor Togi's been one of those players that Josh Oakley's been praising so much in training, but we've seen very little from him in games so far. But in the impact, he played around 45 minutes in the last game against the Admirals, and head coach Josh Oakley, Josh Oakley loved the showing. He got a couple shots on goal and did a great job in that central midfield position, which is not really natural to him. He's more of an attacking midfielder, but was playing more of a holding position in that game. And I thought he played really well. And there we go. It's going to be a long ball over to Ty Uziak, but it's going to go to the goalkeeper, Chris Sales.
And I have a sneaking suspicion of who he's coming in for, but we'll wait for the fourth official to make that.
To confirm that one to us. Rodriguez.
And slowly but surely, this Inter Detroit team working their way up the pitch and forcing Lansing Common, the defenders for this Common back four, to make a couple of decisions as Togi will make his way onto the field. And it's not who I thought it was for.
It's going to be Esteban Russell going into that left center mid position.
Russell, a good showing in a half-hour spell. Togi making his way. He'll play in that left center or that left mid role.
Yeah, more that left midfield role. I think it suits him well. Clever player. And here we go. Shedi Omar dinks it off to Trevor Togi. Togi looking for options. Tries to chip one in through the middle, but no one there to quite get that.
You want creativity. You want a little bit of spark in order to finish a couple of chances. Here comes Trevor Togi.
And nearly pulls one off. And Welsh is just going to drive through the middle, but give the ball away. The Inter Detroit ball, 40 yards out.
Yeah, and Inter Detroit's looked the better of the two sides in the past 5 minutes, slowly gaining momentum, but it's too many people.
And that ball is going to go into Rodriguez, but it's going to be going to the hands of Zach Kelly. That's a dangerous ball. If that ball was just played just a little bit sooner, that could have been right to the feet of Rodriguez and going to Zach Kelly.
And Inter Detroit once more putting their foot on the pedal as fatigue's sort of setting in for this back four.
It's going to be offside. It's going to be offside there from Castro. Going to be Lansing ball just outside the box.
And this is something that we saw last week against Grand Haven. The second half, or the second part of both halves for this Lansing Commons side have been they've basically been a bane to their existence as they've been unable to kind of keep that forward momentum going. It's showing in spurts like Sabertooth Tigers where they're able to be so good for the first 25 minutes, but that fatigue finally sets in and they kind of go in a little bit crawling into that first halftime break.
Of course, with just about 35 minutes in, it looks like we have no water break yet, maybe.
Must have misread the weather forecast. I should know these things.
No, maybe it was the referee's decision or both teams' decision not to take one today with a little bit of breeze kicking in this afternoon. And there we go, no, it's going to be Josh Adam winning the ball back there in the center midfield role.
And a great defensive play by Julian Burge. He's listed as a midfielder, but he played center back 2 weeks ago. He's a great defender. Made the last-ditch tackle on Welsh to keep this a 1-0 game.
And another pass just intercepted by Inter Detroit there from Kyle Scott. Just these passes going through the middle are being eaten up, and as more passes get intercepted, Inter Detroit just keeps finding a way going forward, and now Togi finds Uziak out wide in this counterattack. Uziak's going to take the player down the wing. Uziak is going to be taken down. It's a penalty.
He may have gotten away with one there as that ball looked to be a little bit too far out of his reach, but the referee has deemed it a yellow card and a penalty awarded to Lansing Common.
Again, very similar from what we saw Uziak not more than 15 minutes ago where, well, actually more like 20 minutes ago where him and Omar linked up in that play. But again, Uziak taking that touch out wide and beating the defender with pace. Defender couldn't catch him, had to make a tackle, and unfortunately he got the wrong part inside the box, and it's going to be a penalty. It's going to be taken here by Shetty Omar.
Omar looking for the brace to put this a 2-0 scoreline.
And this will... Shetty Omar putting the ball down in the spot. Taking a few steps back. Waiting for the referee's whistle. There you go, Omar taking a slow walk up. And it's in! Blasted to the lower left corner. It's Shetty Omar with his second of the day. Omar running over to the stands. And look at that, sends a crossbow into the crowd. Look, a little bit of the Edison Cavani celebration there. We love to see that, and it's 2-0 for Lansing Common. Shetty Omar puts the penalty away at the 36th minute of the game.
It's a brace for Shetty Omar. He scored 2 weeks ago. He's got 2 today.
And it's the first brace in Lansing Common FC's history.
Young history, but yes.
Young history. But yes, it'll be the first recorded brace.
And if you take a look back, it's once again a beautiful ball as Lansing Common once again able to find Inter Detroit sprawled out, and their defense one-on-one. Ty Uziak not electing to go for his partner in Shetty Omar, elects to take it himself, and that ball, his second touch eluded him, but it was
and Omar again
penalty.
here. Omar won the ball there in that 50-50 from the goal kick from his partner, Zach Kelly. He won that ball and was headed towards Ty Uziak, but just cut off there.
And that's
from
just
the Inter
the
defender.
spark. It's just the spark that this Lansing Common team needed because of the way that they've played in the past 10 minutes to get a penalty, awarded a penalty against the run of play.
And we talked about in the pregame how crucial a second goal, a 2-goal lead is for this team, because hanging on by 1 goal is dancing on thin ice.
It's being held onto by a thread, as you saw Shirali take a quick whack at that far post.
And in these games in the Midwest Premier League, you want to have that 2-goal cushion, especially going into the latter stages of the game. Inter Detroit quickly trying to find options going forward. Going to be cut out from Kyle Scott. Shirali.
That's a foul.
Ty Uziak, call it if you will, his second assist of the day with getting that penalty.
And if you see, Uziak's all alone on the far right flank.
He likes to hang out on that. He's been hanging out on these 2 flanks this game, and that's really what he's here for. He's the guy who brings the pace and the energy, while that target forward, Shetty Omar, is holding up the play and creating options through the middle. Wonderful to see. Great display from Lansing Common in the opening 40 minutes.
Kyle Scott making that false run.
Sheffield now on out wide left. Welsh takes the ball away from Shady Omar, boots it away, but no one up there to find his pass except for Aiden O'Connor on the opposing team.
Yeah, but Common will take that, and they'll eat that up every day as they're able to regroup quickly once again.
And here we go. It looks like Trevor Togi has shifted into that center midfield position while Lutram Sheffield is out left permanently now. Dante Morissette out to Lutram. Clever little feet from there from Lutram Sheffield. Togi. Trevor Togi played at Portridge Northern and currently plays for Portridge, but he was formerly of Kalamazoo College. Back in Kalamazoo College, he had 4 goals and he had 2 goals in 16 games. And now at Trine, he's got 7 goals and 4 assists in 32 games. He's a clever player, and he's a player that Josh Oakley has praised a lot in the last few weeks.
And he had a great showing last week, and that earned him some time today. Unless he gets subbed off due to injury, he'll play a full 60 minutes today, work back that conditioning.
It's a big compliment to be the first man called off the bench in that midfield position, because we know there are so many central midfielders down on that bench. That pass right going through to Munir Shirali is going to be taken away from by Inter Detroit. It's going to be a corner kick, and now Munir Shirali, who we've seen take these set pieces this game.
Yeah, and if you want to see a class one-on-one or a teaching lesson of one-on-one football, Munir Shirali once again trying to take another guy on, as Gabe Balon was there to see that one out for a Lansing Common corner.
There we go. That corner's not going to go anywhere. But it's Lutram Shefke who wins the ball.
And great awareness to take it away from pressure.
In deep. Uziak swings on out left, but it's going to go just out. It's going to be Inter Detroit ball.
And with the way that Inter Detroit is playing and they're marking on those set pieces, on those corners, they're playing man-to-man, and that favors Lansing Common, who are the taller side. Just that touch and that pass in by Munir Shirali hasn't quite found the right location to make Detroit pay for the way that they line up. But once again, threatening signs here as we have just under 5 and some change and stoppage time left in this first half.
Here you go with Welsh on the ball. Takes on Trevor Togi, but can't get past Lutram Shefke. Togi. Ball from Zach Kelly is going to go out to the right side to find Munir Shirali, but it's going to be taken out. 43 minutes on the clock. Inter Detroit swings one over to the right side, trying to find Welsh again, but covered by Dante Morissette. He's going to boot it away, but to the feet of Cuevas. Cuevas has an option to take a cross there, and he does. Aaron O'Connor takes away, now dribbling upfield. Josh Adam, lovely from Adam, dribbling upfield and finding Shirali outright. Shirali again, taking players one-on-one. Shefke. Togi. Togi tried another lofted ball into the middle, but no one quite there to get that. Burge.
And so much time and space awarded to Lansing Common on the flanks, as this will go the other way for an Inter Detroit throw.
And here we go with, looks like Noah Canlis is going to come on for Lansing Common in the last 2 minutes. Munir Shirali, the one to make way.
Shirali unfortunately not getting on the score sheet today, but has looked very good
Still searching for that elusive first goal for this club, Shirali. But he's one of the most creative players in this team. I think alongside Kyle Scott has the most assists.
And a tactical substitution as both with Togi and Canlis in, Lansing Common can elect to go back to that 4-4-2 box that they had some sort of success with last week with 2 defensive midfielders in Canlis and Togi.
Yeah, and push Dante Morissette and Kyle Scott really gives them more room to maneuver on the wings. Here we go, Lutram Shefq.
And if not Canlis, Julian Burge could also slide in to that right defensive midfield role.
Oh, that's a lovely turn from Shefq.
Beautiful pirouette from Lutram. He saw Esteban do it last week and said he had to do it himself.
Uziak. It's going to be a foul on Togi.
Just a lazy foot in there trying to find that. Create a turnover, but...
We have reached the 45 minutes. Let's see how much time we're given. Looks like 1 minute of extra time in the opening half of this 2-0 lead for Lansing Common.
And they could have time enough for 1 or 2 more spells of offensive possession for Lansing.
Yeah, the idea here should not be to settle for 2. I think with the way they're playing and the pace they're going at, I think they'll be looking for more in this second half. Omar picks the ball up in midfield.
Another turnover.
Takes a player out one-on-one. Out to Noah Canlis. Noah Canlis played at Alma College. And in 68 games played, he has 15 goals and 9 assists. That's quite a lot for that young player at 24 years old. And that will be halftime here at Eastern Stadium with Lansing Common taking a 2-0 lead, with the goals coming from Shetty Omar, one from across into the middle and one from the penalty spot. Cam, what are your thoughts on this opening half and how this team ended the half after there was a little bit of a spell from Inter Detroit going forward and creating a little bit more, but nothing too dangerous that should worry this team? Or do things need to change?
Well, as you kind of saw the first 30-some-odd minutes of this match, all Lansing Common, actually I should say the first 25 minutes, with that goal from Shetty Omar. Beautiful one-touch finish, slotted into that near post. A great play from Ty Uziak to take the defender one-on-one, but it's all from the genius that is Kyle Scott along the right side, able to play a quick ball from the offside of Inter Detroit, as Irvin Castro was just too far in front of the last man, and Shetty Omar able to slot home his second Midwest Premier League goal. And then things kind of started to fall off the rails for Lansing Common. A few misplaced passes, a little bit of lost possession in their own half. Mistakes are made in the back third, and Lansing Common, a couple of misplaced passes by Inter Detroit in the final third, as they were able to escape a 10-minute spell. And Ty Uziak, instead of awarding it once more to Shetty Omar, decides to take a man one-on-one from a quick throw-in in their own half. And essentially, his first touch was good. His second let him down kind of, and he was awarded the penalty as
but again,
Mejia was able to go through the back of him.
In those two instances, Ty Uziak just takes the ball down the wing with pace and tries to beat the defender. In the first one, he did and got the cross off, but this time the defender just had to make a tackle there to stop him from getting through onto goal.
And if you're Inter Detroit, the one thing you need to stop is you can still let this team in Lansing Common you can't let them work their way around the flanks. You have to stop and get your foot and get players into those passing lanes, because they're affording and rewarding Lansing Common with a lot of time and just too much time to be able to pick out exactly where they want to play those passes. And for Lansing Common, the two defensive substitutions have made it for me. You got Canlis and Togi on the field. Canlis and Togi, both shorter players, but they can both provide a much-needed spark along the wings, and they can play both the upper and bottom portions of the box if Josh Oakley chooses to switch into the 4-4-2 box. But once again, Inter Detroit, they have to go in there and make some tactical substitutions. I believe they dropped back to 4 at the back as 3 was killing them, but they're not switching on in the right places, as once again they got beat, and they got beat twice, and they were punished brutally by the left and right foot of Shetty Omar.
Well, we'll be back in time for a second half, and just before kickoff for the second half of this game. Join us back in the next 10 minutes. Welcome back to Eastern Stadium, where Lansing Common FC has a 2-0 lead on visitors Inter Detroit. I'm your broadcaster, Luca Maloney, alongside Cameron McLaren here up in the press box. Cameron, what are some things you saw in that 2-0 in that first half, where those 2 goals coming in from Shedi Omar, one from a penalty spot? What do you think? What are your first half thoughts?
Well, it was arguably a very good first half in portions for this Lansing Common team, and I say that because, once again, a full 45 was not on display. They took like a little 10-minute break, and Inter Detroit looked the better of the 2 teams halfway through that first half, and they almost made them pay. A couple of great passes in the final third just were lacking from that Inter Detroit squad, and they were unable to make good use of their great positioning and the turnovers that were being given to them by Lansing Common. And for the home side, the boys in red, they've come out and they put on a show, especially in the first 15 minutes, bagging a goal, Shedi Omar, while also taking a chicken wing to the head for his troubles, makes it 1-0. And then in the 36th minute, Ty Uziak elects to go one-on-one with Michael Mejia, and Mejia takes him down inside the 18. That's a penalty all day. He's issued a yellow card for his troubles. He'll be on the hot seats for the next 45 minutes, hoping to escape here without getting another yellow card for his troubles. And once again, Shedi Omar, clever and cool, calm and collected as you like, slots it in on that left side, makes it 2-0 to the home side. And it was a much-needed jolt after 10 minutes of pure misfortune for Lansing Common. They were able to get that goal, and they looked the better of the 2 sides heading into the first half.
Absolutely, that was one of the goals for this half, was to we know they can get the fast start and they can bag the first goal. The question was, can they get the second one to get that 2-0 cushion in this game? And today they've answered it with maybe a little bit of fortune with that penalty, with getting it from the penalty kick instead of from open play. But again, a 2-0 cushion is exactly what this team needs. And as we see here, both teams warming up, getting ready for this second half, with about less than 2 minutes to go until the second half kickoff. Again, I thought it was great. Ty Uziak, again, was the contributor for both goals, if you will.
The catalyst, as you would say.
Again, he got the assist on the first one, beating the defender on a one-on-one down that right-hand side, getting a low cross in, and then on the second one And then on the second goal, he gets a fantastic ball played through from Kyle Scott. And again, he just gets a great look into the space, beats the defender one-on-one. But unfortunately, the defender is going to go, and he got a foul inside the box before he got the one-on-one with the goalkeeper in. And again, and like you said, cool, calm, and collected from Shedi Omar. And as we see here, teams warming up, we might see an inclusion from a couple players here.
Yeah, I believe there's going to be a triple substitution to start the second half for Inter Detroit. And it's hard to figure out who exactly is coming off the pitch.
We'll get word here from the sideline referee shortly on who is coming in.
I know for sure Irvin Castro his day is done. As Luis Borjas is lining up along the touchline along with Diego Barajas, along with Bruce Turner, who will be making an appearance. And to complete the quadruple substitution, Jose Aguilar will make his way onto the pitch. Again, we don't know who exactly for as of yet, and we will let you know as soon as possible. But once again, a first half to like for Josh Oakley's side. 2-0 going into this second half. Look for them to once again get a third goal. The next goal is going to be very crucial to the format of this game. For the visitors, they're noted comeback specialists. If they can get one here on the board early and within the first 15 minutes, they will look to try to equalize. But for the Robins, a third goal here would surely be the end of the day, but you cannot count out this side. They've got a lot of scrappiness to them, a lot of fight left in them. But a third goal.
Exactly like you said, they're going to go ahead and make 3 substitutions, and it looks like 3 very dangerous players going in with Bruce Turner, Luis Borjas, and Diego Barajas. And, of course, number 9, Jose Aguilar, will also be making an appearance here in the second half. We know him. He's gotten a goal a couple weeks ago against his team. His name shows up in the score sheet often, and look at that. He's a big guy playing in that central forward role. So I think we're gonna expect a big. Big half from them.
Yeah, and as we speculated earlier, it seems as though Inter Detroit will line up in a 4-1-4-1 with their substitutions.
And here we go. Get the ball rolling. It's going to be a long ball from Blue Trim over to the forwards, Ty Uziak and Shetty Omar, same as last time out. And now Aguilar on the ball for Inter. Gabe Balon is on that left wing, it seems like. And there we go, Ty Uziak one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Is he going to take a touch? Oh, the goalkeeper gets there first and boots that one away. It's going to be a throw-in.
Yeah, it was a great play there. Borjas tried to step up at the last minute to play Uziak offside. The referee said play on, and sails quick off his line, was able to boot that one out for a Lansing throw.
Great awareness by the goalkeeper to come out and just in time. You know, we know Ty Uziak is a quick guy. Here we go, Noah Canlis. Be blocked, shot blocked, back out. Gonna be another throw in for Lansing. Noah Canlis. Kyle Scott. He's gonna drill one right at the goalkeeper, but that's a calm, collected catch from the goalkeeper. He sails. There he goes, gonna roll it right to the middle to Cáceres. And Trevor Togi slides that in to get a touch on that, but it's gonna be recovered from Inter Detroit by Inter Detroit. Aiden O'Connor intercepted. Intercepted again. And here we go. Gabe Balon. And Cáceres over here in the central midfield role, he's really been just a distributor, just passing the ball really left and right through the middle, trying to find the wing areas. Again, I think he's gotten the most touches on the ball for this Inter team.
Yeah, and with Inter making 4 substitutions coming out of the break, it's going to be a quick 10-15-minute feeling out period for this Lansing Common side. No changes for them coming into the second half. They're going to have to figure out how to play against this 4-1-4-1 that Inter Detroit is showing.
Yeah, going in the same way they came out. A combination there with Rodriguez and Jose Aguilar.
Balon thought he kept that ball in. Turns out he did not. Lansing Common players.
Noah Canlis quick to get the throw in. They throw it all the way to Shetty Omar, who is on side there. No. Ty Uziak, great little touch and flick forward. It's gonna smash the post. Oh, what a lovely touch and flick from Ty, and then gets a whack on it and just slams the crossbar. Here, 48 minutes in, nearly makes it 3-0. That would have been crucial.
Yeah, Zimkowicz did just enough to put him off of that left foot as that ball hit the crossbar and just bounced out to Togi on the far side of the 18. He was unable to corral that one to get another shot on goal, but dangerous look and great awareness by Noah Canlis to play that ball in.
I think the post is still shaking. Yeah, and you could hear the O from the fans all the way from Ohio, I believe.
Aguilar whistled for a foul on Kyle Scott as he was unable to go for that 50-50 with Balon.
That's about 2 fouls here in 3 minutes.
quick succession against Inter. Not necessarily a pace of play foul, but tactical to say the least to try to win that 50-50.
Canlis. Canlis is the guy who had big minutes in that game against Grand Haven. I thought he played really well in that central midfield role. He's really physical, has a lot of experience at Alma College. Ty Uziak again, working his way down the wing. This guy is just, oh, look at that. Goes past one, goes past two. Crosses it in, but into no man's land, goes out. But again, crafty from Ty Uziak there down that wing.
Yeah, I believe he sent Barajas to the moon on that slide with the cutback in the 18. His cross let him down as he was trying to find the head of Shedi Omar for the hat trick, but to no avail.
Now to take the goal kick, Chris Sales. Look at that, going against Aguilar and Josh Adams going at it down the wing. Oh, that is just a lovely touch from Noah Canlis there.
A great tackle on the backtrack by
There we go with Bruce Turner. Balon swings one in. All right, the back post, it's going to be Cuevas. Cuevas puts one back in immediately, but it's going to sail out. Yeah, this Inter Detroit team is not afraid to attack. And they're showing with their substitutions with two forwards, it seems like, Bruce Turner and Jose Aguilar. They're two big guys. Look at if you can see them from here. Two big forwards, and against Josh Adam and Aiden O'Connor, they're going to have a bigger physical matchup than they did in the first 45 minutes.
Yeah, and Inter's going to switch between a 4-1-4-1 and a straight 4-4-2, it looks like, in order to get that attacking presence going, as having three at the back in the first half did not do them any favors.
Canlis. Out to Uziak again, out wide. Uziak to Trevor Togi. Togi gets a shot on it, and it's saved. Again, Uziak down that right-hand side. Just trying to find crosses, being unselfish. Cal Scott has Uziak out wide. Omar through the middle. Uziak, lovely touch to get away from the defender. Into Cal Scott. Cal Scott hits the post.
They're only one away. They only need to hit the left post, and once again, it's the Magista Kyle Scott along the right side, able to play Uziak in.
On the first touch, and it just rattles the post again. There we go, Lutrim Shefku. Swings the ball in. Keeper's going to get to that one first. Burge.
And they're going to
whistle
call
for handball. They're going to whistle for a handball. Togi arguing that it hit off his chest.
But great play and great interlinking play for the Robins early on.
Again, Uziak and Kyle Scott just doing unbelievable work down that right side.
And getting the fullbacks in as Morissette was able to take that ball along the far side. Give it to Togi.
Morissette, the Michigan State Spartan, takes a touch. Goes past the defender. Oh, he's going to go all the way after a 1-2, pretty 1-2 with Shedi Omar. He's going to cross it into the corner kick, deflected off of the Detroit defender.
Zimkowitz again. Instead of playing in that central defensive role, he switches over to the right side. He's able to take Morissette one-on-one. He'll win the one-on-one, but he'll concede the corner as Togi looks like he'll be taking it along the far side. Unless Canlis wants a whack at it.
Looks like Canlis and Togi just drawing players out of the box. But again, there are tough big guys in that box for both teams.
Look for the near post run and the near post finish.
Canlis swings it in. And it's going to be another corner kick.
Told you it was near post.
Got that one, partner.
Electing to use Gomez just outside the 18 to keep that ball from floating down and keep it up in the air.
Oh, it's going to go through. And Julian Burge Gets his second goal of the season right when it just crosses through the middle of a sea of players and finds its way back post to Julian Burge.
And Sales,
Brilliant awareness and a brilliant touch to put that into the back of the net and make it 3-0.
And Sales imploding on his own back four. If you want a replay from 2 weeks ago, you got it right there. Julian Burge, have yourself a game, son. Great finish. A great ball in by Noah Canlis as he's able to beat the first man in Mario Gomez. It sneaks its way through and unwillingly finds the foot, the outstretched right foot of Julian Burge, who has around, it seems as though 20 feet of net to just slice and dice his way through and put that one into the back of the net and give the Robins 3-0.
It almost looked like he received it unexpectedly after just, again, sailed through so many players down the middle, and nobody got a head on it. Nobody got anything on that, and it landed back post, and it was a brilliant finish from Julian Burge.
It's the same way that he scored 2 weeks ago at Evolution Sportsplex. He's not just a dome player. He could play outside in the heat.
Same goal scorers, too. Shetty Omar and Mr. Burge.
Have yourself a day, Mr. Burge. Especially from the midfield possession. He's scored from center back and midfield. Maybe Oakley decides to give him a couple of minutes at forward to see if he can complete it near the end of the season.
Might have to put him in goal.
That's a bit too anxious, partner, and just in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely.
But I do think
just
he
a little
is
bit,
a little bit taller than
just
Zach
a little
Kelly.
banter. Here we go with Bailon. Tries to find Jose Aguilar through the middle. Aguilar is onside, but he's going to dive right to the feet of Zach Kelly. I think there the expected thing was to take a touch and try to go through the outside of Kelly, but just tries to stab.
Well, when things are going wrong, they can get much worse. And for Enter Detroit, down 3-0. A great play there.
And again, Ty Uziak. And it's gonna be a foul called. There were two hands on Ty Uziak, and he felt that the referee was letting play on until Uziak could get it off his feet.
Smutek once again.
Smutek again. There's just no stopping Ty today.
He woke up feeling like and shows violence as he's been the catalyst for a couple of the Lansing Common goals here today. And Kyle Scott, they're looking like they're going to line up for a decent set piece.
And Ty Uziak again. They know he's going to dribble, so this time he cuts and takes one with his left. But that one's going to be cut out.
Almost a dangerous pass there to Turner.
Almost. And there we go to Morissette. And Cáceres winning the ball back. Togi wins it back for Lansing Common. Togi, crafty, yeah, and he's fouled. And this is a great start to the half for Lansing Common here, just under an hour played of soccer.
Togi trying to find Uziak there with a quick run. And another substitution is in the works for Lansing Common.
Daniel Silva looks like he's warming up to get some action here for Lansing. Aiden O'Connor heads that one away, but it's to the feet of Cáceres. Aguilar.
Smart play there by Josh Adam to knock it back to Kelly.
And Canlis takes a great touch, but has great awareness to know that Cáceres is on his back. Out to Ty Uziak on the left side now. Switching it up a little. Togi. Canlis. Morissette looking for options out wide. And there, Lutram makes a lung-busting effort to save that ball from going out. Scott wins it back immediately, but is gonna give away a foul in the process.
Tactical foul there to slow the possession, slow the break as Cáceres looks to get it back and start up again quickly.
Julian Burge at Alma College had 16 goals and 6 assists in 73 games. That right there is a goal-scoring midfield.
Aguilar there almost had a chance. Didn't have any runners going forward. Elected to take the shot, and Zach Kelly able to use his palms to collect that one. And with that,
Substitution coming into play, coming in Daniel Silva, and coming off will be goal scorer Julian Burge. Gives the captain's armband to Lutram Shefku. And that looks like that'll be the day. That'll be end of the shift for Julian Burge, who bagged his second goal of the season.
yeah,
And
Julian,
the veteran player put on a performance here.
Julian Burge, he signaled a couple of minutes ago that he needed to come off. Didn't have as much speed as he thought he has to run in the midfield to keep Inter Detroit on their heels. In comes Daniel Silva, who's a very good player one-on-one with the ball. Give him time and space and he'll find a good pass.
And Lutram with the captain's armband for the first time.
And that just goes to show that it doesn't necessarily mean that to be old means that you have that leadership experience as Lutram Shefku. In his young 20s, gets the captain's armband.
You just have to have that ability to inspire your teammates and to create a great atmosphere for your team.
And it just
to
shows
be
that
a
you're
leader.
a great teammate.
It shows that you're a leader and you're a great teammate. Exactly, partner. And also warming up on the sideline will be Joshua Rosendale, probably to come off for either Ty Uziak or Shedi Omar. Smutek.
Smutek got around Kyle Scott there and went down as that ball was going slowly off the end touch line. Kyle Scott committing his first foul of the game. And Rosendale will patiently wait on the touchline to come in. And the first dangerous free kick for Inter Detroit in this game, coming in the 62nd minute.
And folks, for those of you who did not know, that assist from Noah Canlis to Julian Burge, those two are actually roommates. So that roommate connection is special here at Lansing Common.
It's a good pickup partner.
Interesting factoid.
And it is Ty Uziak who's going to make way for Rosendale.
Uziak again with a great effort today. He's going to be proud of his performance, leaving with an assist and the contribution that led to the penalty.
As he receives a decent
round of applause.
thank you.
We finish each other's sentences here.
Collision there between Morissette and Barajas. Actually, Cuevas, excuse me. Will put a decent ball for Inter as Cáceres could go for goal from 17 yards out. 27 yards out. Math is hard for us broadcasters sometimes.
Sometimes. And to take the free quick here, Cáceres with his left foot. He's looking at that wall. And it's going to go over the bar and out for a goal kick.
And Lansing Common will be happy just to see this game out at 3-0.
I think their objective right now is to keep a clean sheet. They haven't kept a clean sheet this season, and for Oakley, I think that will be better than bagging 3 goals, is to keep that clean sheet. He's a guy who really prides himself on his defensive ability as well. He's a big believer that good defense leads to better offense. And that ball will make its way. It's going to go out for a corner kick instead of passing it back to the goalkeeper. a decision that could cost them in the end.
Yeah, that was a very weird decision by Gomez.
Booting that one away instead of trying to play it out of the back.
Smutek wants a throw in as he trots his way into the 6-yard box.
I don't know about that one. I saw it. And here we go.
That went more south than east.
Yeah. And it's going to be Canlis again. No Burgeon this time, but Dante Morissette, Rosendale, Omar, deadly targets in there. And Morissette gets one in there. Lansing calling for a goal. What's the decision? It's going to be a corner kick. Lansing was calling it going over the line. It looked like off a header off Dante Morissette into a defender and then into its own goal. It was what it seemed like from here. But
and the weird part about this stadium is the end zone paint runs alongside the yellow touchline for the for the football field.
So it's a thick line.
It's very hard for this referee to see it. He was able to call the corner, but a great goal line save there.
And here we go. Togi playing it short with Morissette. Morissette tries to swing one in, but it goes low. A little miss-hit, I believe. Then Morissette. And Togi with time and space to put that one down. It likes to hit it away. Shafq again. He's one of those players that today hasn't lost the ball in the center midfield. Out to Kyle Scott. Lutram. Out to Silva, but Silva gets the ball taken away from him. And that ball is going to go right all the way back to Zach Kelly in goal.
Two good defensive plays by Barajas. Fresh off the bench just 20 minutes ago. Able to dispossess Togi and then dispossess Silva.
Silva gets a touch in that, but goes a little too far. And there we go. It's a long ball to Aguilar, but Aguilar will be offside as he tries to go through the defense and past Aiden O'Connor.
Just half a yard offside. As we get a
slightly mistimed, but good effort.
We'll get a double substitution here.
It's like Alex Scott.
Shane Renshaw is going to come in, I believe, for Zimkowitz. And then Hunter Gibbons is going to come in defense for
Josh Adam. Josh Adam, another great spectacular performance in about 70 minutes played. Last time out, he played about 60. But he's showing what he can do in this team, and what he can do is something special in defense. Being able to transport the ball back and forth, be calm under pressure, and from an 18-year-old defender, it's incredibly impressive. And that's Shetty Omar. Ball's taken away, poked out by Inner Detroit's going to be a throw-in for Lansing at just around the bench area for Lansing. Shafq trying hard not to let that ball go out again. O'Connor takes a little bit of a death touch. But Bruce Turner tries to get that one out.
That could have been a deadly 2-on-1 against the fresh substitute, Hunter Gibbons, if Turner was able to corral that.
Canlis gets the ball taken away from him. Rodriguez goes past Lutram. Diego Barajas is deemed to be played out. He was thinking of the other line.
Yeah, he was way out.
Couldn't quite match the lines there, Barajas. Togi, clever trying to play through to Daniel Silva quickly, but intercepted. Inner Detroit ball. With just about 70 minutes on the clock, Lansing still lead 3-0 over Inner Detroit. in what is actually a beautiful afternoon here in Lansing. And that looks a little dangerous there from Rosendale. Luis Borjas.
The defender down on the ground as the referee reaches into his pocket. A late challenge, and Rosendale's going to be issued a yellow card. He does not like it at all.
He's not happy with that. Maybe calls it a little bit of exaggeration.
Neither is Coach Greer as he's talking to the fourth official saying, how is that a yellow card? It's a clumsy challenge at that.
It is a clumsy challenge, but I think to give a yellow card straight away is a little dangerous from the referee.
But it may just be what the referee has to do if they watch the film from 2 weeks ago. Get the game under control before it needs to be.
No, absolutely. If they know anything about what happened in this game at that night at Evolution Sportsplex, they'll know this game can get can get chippy very quickly.
As Borjas comes back onto the pitch, seemingly fine. May have a slight knock on him tomorrow, but for the time being,
he'll ice that one tomorrow. There he goes. Tries to go through Kyle Scott, but not quite going to get there. Kyle Scott, wonderful touch. It's going to go back out to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, good, quick pass. It's going to be a Detroit ball again.
And this is going to be a continuing battle in the last 20 minutes. Kyle Scott and Gabe Balon, Lansing's best defender and the goal scorer from 2 weeks ago for Inter. It'll be a good battle to watch in the final 20 minutes to see if Lansing Common can hold on to this 3-0 scoreline and keep
the clean sheet. Here we go. Out to Dante Morissette. Tries to keep it in with the head. Not going to get to Daniel Silva in time. Tries to find Bruce Turner there for Inter Detroit. The ball hasn't landed to his feet very often today. Cuevas. Canlis picks the ball up for Lansing. Silva taking down there, but gets right back up.
That's a two-footed tackle, too.
Yeah, that was a dangerous tackle.
Luckily, Togi's able to just get right back up. Or
Silva.
My apologies there.
No worries. It is a little tough to see on the other side from here.
Ooh, Gibbons got away with one there.
Yeah. Rosendale. Rosendale takes a touch to go past. It gets slide tackled right at the outside the edge of the box. He's complaining about that one.
He'll check his temper there.
Yeah, but it looks like it'll be all ball. It's going to be a throw-in for Lansing.
Yeah. Borjas returning the favor on Rosendale, who clattered into him some 2 minutes ago. Rosendale did not look happy.
Togi on the throw-in. Canlis. It'll be out. It's going to be Lansing ball again. And it's going to be Kyle Scott who's fouled right outside the box, and a dangerous free kick there for a set piece routine to get in play.
Borjas looking to the linesman to see why he didn't issue the foul, as it should have been his call as he wanted it, but the referee deemed otherwise. It's a foul just outside the 18, and Morissette will line up for it.
The Michigan State Spartan is going to hit the left-footed in-swinger.
I had to learn that the hard way about Morissette. Mistakenly mistook him for a right-footed player.
One of the few left-footed players in this club. Hunter Gibbons, great effort to tackle that one away. And it's going to be a Lansing ball.
That is a great play.
Great tackle and great effort to go back to retrieve that ball.
Cuevas' first touch let him down. He put that ball 20 yards in front of him, gave Gibbons just enough time to go for the 50-50. Something that Lansing Common wasn't too keen on doing early on in the season was those 50-50 balls.
Lutram be Rosendale chasing that ball, but the goalkeeper gets there first. The goalkeeper's done a great job at coming out at the right time and booting it away for Inter Detroit today.
Sales has played a very good game. It's just the 4 guys in front of him have not.
Aaron O'Connor's got a man on his back, but heads that one to the hands of Zach Kelly. Zach Kelly throws it to Dante. Dante, the Michigan State Spartan, made his debut at Dartmouth College on September the 14th in the 2019 season.
Yeah, and a misplaced pass there by the Michigan State Spartan forces Zach Kelly to come out and make a play after Gibbons was able to deflect it. And he tells the rest of the 4 guys in defense to settle down. No need to make clumsy.
Kyle Scott keeps that ball in play, but Shetty Omar not quite there enough to get to it. Here we go with Inter Detroit on the counterattack. Aguilar just sliding around, trying to make something of this game for him. Nothing's quite gone right for either Bruce Turner or Jose Aguilar in this second half. With just about 15 minutes left, he rushed 75 minutes on the clock.
Yes, Turner earned a free kick. And trying to play that one quickly was Barajas, but he was 5 yards farther up the pitch than he should have been. Referee will play it back as Turner won that free kick as Gibbons was forced to take the man instead of the ball.
It's going to be a free kick here for Inter Detroit. Again, defending from set pieces is something that they have to be very careful at doing for Lansing. Zach Kelly's going to get that one calmly. Kelly throws it out left to Daniel Silva.
And Inter trying to claw their way back into this game with just under 15 minutes plus stoppage time left, deploying a high press as they got 3 guys coming forward to put Lansing Common defenders under pressure, as you see Silva dropping down to give his defenders some help.
Silva and Lutram there passing between each other. Morissette. Morissette, that's a wonderful ball to Rosendale. Rosendale is going to be fouled. But what a genius ball from Dante Morissette to thread that one through onto Rosendale, who's making that diagonal run.
And it's only going to be a yellow card. Rosendale does not like the call.
He was through because he was in and through with enough space to go one-on-one with the goalkeeper Sales, and what could have been a goal. They're not happy. They're wanting a red card for that one, but I think a yellow card will be just as fair for right now.
And if you're Renshaw, he did just enough to make sure that Rosendale had to take too much of a touch, because if he got there a second later and Rosendale's touch was just slightly more in front of him, that is a straight red card.
And their coach Greer questioning the 4th official, asking why was it not a red card?
It's denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, but Sales quick off his line may have negated that.
I don't know. He was, because it wasn't that much of a stride left for. And it's in! Shetty Omar completes the hat trick with a stunning effort from a free kick about 25 yards out to the top corner.
And if you're not happy with a decision, you make them pay, and that's exactly what Shetty Omar did.
Unbelievable!
Noah Canlis with the decoy. Shetty Omar, cool, calm, and collective. He's cool as a cucumber. He backs his 3rd of the game for the first hat trick in Lansing Common history. It's a 4-0 scoreline for the Robins.
And Shetty Omar with...
Shetty Omar, have yourself a game, son.
Shetty Omar with his first hat trick for Lansing Common FC in their young history.
And that's just not what you wanted if you were Inter Detroit. The better of the 2 teams in the past 10 minutes, it seems. And once again, Lansing Common.
They're not done quite yet. Again, Shetty Omar just to pick that one out from 25 yards. He's trying to walk over him there. He seems a little frustrated with that. Lutram Shefku, doesn't he, Cam?
Yeah, Cáceres there able to win the free kick against Lutram. I thought it was going the other way, but the referee deemed otherwise. Some questionable decisions here in the past 10 minutes by the referee, but that's why I'm up here in the press box.
That is why we do it. Shady Omar, have yourself a night.
He's not done.
He's not done.
And
That's a beautiful ball to Rosendale. Rosendale's going to get that on the right side.
Needs numbers in the box, doesn't have many.
And not many, just slowing down the time. 80 minutes have gone by. Still 4-0 for Lansing. Daniel Silva trying to find Dante Morissette. Morissette's going to take a whack at it first time. It hits the post. What looked like a cross deflected just hits the first post. Again, what's like the third time we've seen that post being shaken today?
It's the third time that Lansing Common has hit the woodwork, second time on the right post. And I think Morissette looked up at the last minute and decided to go for goal. As it was a cheeky shot and it would have been a cheeky goal nonetheless by the Michigan State Spartan.
And now coming in for the substitution is going to be Ben Meshki. And it's going to be the end of the day for hat-trick hero, Shady Omar. Shady Omar getting a nice round of applause here at Eastern Stadium as he walks off with his 3 goals. And look at him, he's just... He's in love with the attention he's getting from his teammates and coaches. With Coach Oakley congratulating him there.
A fabulous performance from the young man from Holt.
I don't know if you saw that little conversation between Oakley and Shady Omar, but they hugged it out and talked for like a minute there.
No, I was too busy watching Joshua Rosendale be 10 yards offside.
Unfortunate.
Very unfortunate for the young kid. As the referee was able to let Cuevas, still on the floor, battle it out with 4 Lansing Common players around him. Surprised he did not blow the play dead. And Lansing Common keen on keeping the foot on the gas pedal. As Renshaw's getting a workout here along the right flank from Trevor Togi.
You know, and what a statement from Lansing Common today. You know, they knew they needed to come out here and get those 3 points, but in what a fashion they just did it tonight. Just unbelievable work. Their work ethic, their attitude, and their will to win has been spectacular since minute 0.
And another corner kick won with the fancy footwork from Trevor Togi. He thought it went out for a goal kick. Renshaw thought so too.
Do they fancy themselves for a 5th?
I don't know, partner.
The Lansing crowd is electric tonight, let me just tell you, for fans who are not present today and watching from home.
A very good turnout on a very hot, sunny day here in the Michigan capital.
And here we go, Togi with the swing. Go out to Rosendale, to Dante Morissette. Morissette one-on-one.
Oakley claiming for handball on the sideline, but Morissette took one too many touches as Kyle Scott elected to go for goal.
Tried to go with a cheeky effort, but Dante Morissette's effort, just he got a touch with barely enough room to stand and got a shot off, but it was a great save from the goalkeeper, Chris Sales, for Inter Detroit.
Yeah, and Oakley not happy about a non-handball given.
Have yourselves a night, boys. And there we go. It's going to be a foul. Kyle Scott's going to be shown the yellow card on the edge of the box again. A little bit.
And another yellow card. I believe that's just for the second challenge. Just the second time that Kyle Scott and Gabe Balon have gone at it.
Yeah, with this late in the game, the yellow card, probably not a question. Just maybe, is the foul really is that much ill intent? I don't know.
And that's not something that Josh Oakley is going to be too happy with if his team continues to rack up yellow cards in this game. 4-0 up, no need for that. Yes, you want to keep the momentum you have going and keep the 0 on the scoreboard. And a great save by Zach Kelly along the far post.
Zach Kelly, Superman-like save right there.
Lackadaisical defending on that set piece there from the Robins.
And it's going to be
Great
a ball
play
knocked
there.
out.
Great play by Canlis. He was fouled by Turner on the kick.
Zach Kelly
Good
to take
effort.
the free kick.
It was a very good effort there from Canlis to keep that ball away from Turner, knock it out of the pitch, and earn the free kick for Zach Kelly.
Absolutely. Kelly. Kelly also one of the youngest players in this team, but he looks so comfortable in between the sticks, doesn't he, Cam?
Yes, he does. He's very good at what he does and is able to.
And Rosendale trying to make a sneaky appearance, like through the defenders and onto the goalkeeper, but made sure not to touch the goalkeeper there to avoid any harm on himself and for Sales. And Jose Aguilar has a ball through. Oh, but that one's gonna go all the way to East Lansing.
As once again, the back line getting outstretched for.
Aguilar had time to settle that ball down and try to get a good crack at it. Just a powerful, ambitious effort just goes out wide.
As Kyle Scott will make way for Alex Scott.
The Scots. No relation, but have the similar last name.
Great play there from Enter Detroit to shield off both Togi and Meshki in the same possession spell.
Yeah, Inter Detroit don't look at all convinced that this game is over for them. They're still trying. They're still
playing for pride at this point.
Yeah, they're paying for pride and trying to get a goal in. You know, can they get one back for themselves and celebrate something? There you go, Alex Scott. Gotta get used to saying that one.
Alex Scott featured in the first fixture against these two sides at center back.
Alex Scott also plays at Northern Michigan University after transferring from Northeastern State University.
And Aguilar is going to get whistled for a foul as both him and Kelly went in for a 50-50. I think the referee is going to give the favor to the goalkeeper because Aguilar didn't let up at the last minute. And words are being exchanged between Gibbons and Aguilar.
And Kelly pushing away his teammate, Hunter Gibbons.
And Aguilar not finished with Gibbons. Throws a referee to the side as the linesman will have to come in. And Morissette now going after Aguilar. 4 fingers up, 0 in the other hand.
And Morissette not happy with that. He's showing him the score line.
Saying he should not be having that challenge.
He should also not be getting too starstruck here.
And for Josh Oakley's side, that's not what you want to do. You do not want to stoop down to the opponent's level if that's how it's going to be. I get it. It's a 50-50 challenge.
Absolutely not, and you don't want to get into anything dangerous. You don't want to risk getting a red card for aggressive behavior.
And you have 2 yellow cards for Lansing Common in this game. One on Kyle Scott, who's since been substituted, and one on Joshua Rosendale. Could be getting some for dissent as he's had to bite his tongue here late in the second half.
Yeah, Ben Meshki right here gets a touch, but not quite enough to get past the first defender. Is going to be taken.
Renshaw has been busy on this left side since coming on in the 70th minute.
I think Renshaw's been great in this left back position. I think had he come on earlier, a lot of the footwork from Ty Uziak earlier on, I don't know if that would have happened.
He came on for Mejia, who earned that yellow card and was the
long ball to Rosendale. Rosendale not going to get there. It's going to go out for Inter Detroit ball.
Mejia,
in their own half.
The yellow card and awarded the penalty to Ty Uziak. But
Cáceres has been pretty quiet in the last 30 minutes, but he's put in a show tonight for his team. I think one of the best players for Inter Detroit, and he played a great first half. The second half, he's been a little quiet.
And Inter not wanting to go away quietly as they're looking to replace that 0
and
with
here we
something.
Go. Dante Morissette is going to keep going. Look, he's going to keep going
the
forward.
Advantage.
He's going to keep going forward. Dante Morissette wants it. He wants the goal, and it's going to go through, but he's not quite going to get there.
Wouldn't that have been something?
Morissette is on the hunt to be on the scoreline, and that looks like a little bit like he was trying to get the foul there. Just going in front of
both players going for the ball, and Balon.
Alex Scott, and Balon
Balon was not going to win that ball.
Balon was not going to be able to fall, and he just ran right into Alex Scott.
Awarded the foul for his meager some troubles.
Ambitious. Meshki is out wide.
As we're into the 90th minute, 2 additional minutes of stoppage time.
It's a fair amount for what has been a long game for Inter Detroit.
And 2 minutes of clinical defending needed for Lansing Common.
And again, I think another star performer for this Lansing side tonight was Lutram Shefku. Played the full 90 minutes, looked extremely comfortable, and was given the captain's armband when Julian Burge came off. I think that he's had a great performance. It's going to go unheard of just because he wasn't on the score line. But take a moment to appreciate what he's done in central midfield tonight.
Yeah, and Gabe Balon's not done as he's tormenting the right side of this Lansing Common defense once more. Wins himself a corner kick for his troubles.
And it's going to be a corner kick for Inter Detroit. Swung in with the in-swinger. Out.
And off of the head of Cuevas, and out for a goal kick for Zach Kelly. Around a minute left in this game. And a very one-sided game for Lansing Common.
Absolutely, and I think this was the game that really is going to set Josh Oakley's team apart from the rest. And this is a victory that Oakley's been on the hunt for a long time, because he knows that his team is capable of wins like this, outscoring teams, but as well as defending well against them.
And I don't think he cares as much about the 4 goals as he does about the clean zeros.
sheet. I'm willing to bet he is going to love the clean sheet when we talk to him at the end of this game.
Meshki had options going forward, elected to go back.
And that's full time here at Eastern Stadium. Lansing Common FC walk off with a 4-0 victory over Inter Detroit. 3 goals from Shetty Omar, completing his hat trick, and the first hat trick in this club's young history, and a goal from Julian Burge off a corner kick. And as that caps off the game for us, Cam, your thoughts on the full 90 minutes here?
Well, it was a sort of convincing full 90th minute win. Lansing Common at times felt like they were on the back of their heels at a couple of moments, but 2-0, able to squeak out a couple of spells of mispossession there, and a couple of good goals at just the right amount of time. Shetty Omar from the penalty spot in the 37th minute, putting his brace, making it 2-0. Julian Burge once again getting on the score sheet, subbed off just 10 minutes later. And then once more, the set-piece free kick from Shetty Omar, enough to give Lansing Common the 4-0 scoreline. And I want to say that 4 goals means nothing to Josh Oakley, but the zeros against Inter Detroit, the first clean sheet that they've allowed.
The first clean sheet of the season in both the Midwest Premier League and friendlies. And Oakley, the entire team deserves this victory. They're going to walk off happy. They're going to walk off really happy tonight, but also looking forward to what's coming next.
And a very good effort by all of the subs involved that got onto the pitch for this team. Josh Oakley does not like using all of his substitutions, and hats off to Trevor Togi and Noah Canless coming into the midfield. And then Hunter Gibbons coming in on the defense once more, taking the place of Josh Adam, who's working his way back into the squad and working his way to full match fitness.
And we saw appearance from Hunter Gibbons today, who we haven't seen much in recent games, but looked really good to close out the game there for like around 20 minutes for Josh Adam.
But a very good performance all around, and I'm sure it'll be a very, very happy squad going into tonight and into training this week as they look to set their sights on their next couple of opponents.
And talking about the next opponents, coming up next on Friday, June 18th, Lansing Common FC will take a trip to the Michigan Stars as they face their next Midwest Premier League game against them, their U23 side, and then another game on the 20th, 2 days later, against Livonia City FC away as well.
Yeah, those are going to be two hard-fought games on the road against the first up against the Stars on Friday, a short week for the squad as they have 4 days to prepare for the U23s of the Michigan Stars. And they've had a very good run of play lately as they're one of the two under-23 sides in the MWPL. And both of those teams playing very well, both them and Detroit City FC, who has yet to drop a game. And then going into Livonia City, Livonia searching for any last glimmer of hope as the division slowly slips away from their fingers. They've only got one win on the season, last thing I knew. And it looks as, with games in hand, this will be a very important weekend for this club in the development of this team going into the final month of play, with 8 games slated, 8 Midwest Premier League games in the month of July. It'll be a very important test to the development of this team and the way that they fare on the road.
All right, and we'll wrap this up here. If you've been with us tonight, thank you for joining and thank you for listening. And I hope you enjoyed this victory for Lansing Common and enjoyed our broadcast. We'd like to thank everyone here involved and alongside our producer, Scott Oberlander, with yours truly, Luca Maloney and Cameron McLaren here at Eastern Stadium.